protecting homes and businesses from the whims of nature, you need more than just quality materials. You require Riverland Roofing. Licensed, insured, and certified, Riverland Roofing offers not only the assurance of excellence, but a tailored approach to your unique structural needs and budget. To learn more about what Riverland Roofing can do for you and the community, call them at 662-644-4297 or visit riverlandroofing.com.
Ole Miss football's Jared Ivey welcomes you to the Ivy League, powered by Riverland Roofing. Get your daily Rebel sports fix at the Ole Miss Spirit, omspirit.com.
Hey Rebs, welcome back to Ivy League, hosted by Riverland Roofing and the Ole Miss Spirit. I'm here with cornerback Brandon Turnage. How we doing, bro?
Doing good, bro.
It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Man, so I guess we'll just, start at the beginning, man. Home raised, back at the crib. What was it like just growing up here, and what does the community mean to you?
I mean, well, it wasn't a lot to do growing up here, but I mean, I had a lot of friends and family around the area. I mean, and what it means to be back home, bro. I mean, it kind of means everything, you know what I'm saying? I get to play in front of my family day in and day out. My people being within a 10-minute range, from the stadium to see me play. So It's awesome, for real.
So I guess just tell me more about the Lafayette-Oxford rivalry. I know,
man.
I hear you and JJ talk about it, and Tavion too. So just let me know what it was like, playing those guys in high school.
That's a great rival, bro. But for the past few years, well, more than a few years, they've came out on top. But I did win that game one time. My 10th grade year of high school.
Okay.
So I mean, it's been kind of rough and rugged, but that's a good rivalry that the whole city looks forward to each year. I mean, they used to play around the 4th or 5th game of the season, but now they play on the first game of the season, which I really don't understand why. But I mean, it's still an interesting game.
Did all of you guys grow up together? Because it's weird. I feel like how close.
Yeah.
The schools are or is there a divide of okay, this is Lafayette, this is Oxford, and you know what I mean? Was it like a youth ball and growing up and stuff?
I mean, youth ball, okay, so when we played, me and JJ, we were on the same OPC basketball team. That's people from all around town, even some people from Water Valley, they come and they, compete in the OPC sports. But I mean, it is kind of a divide, but we all have relatives,
Yeah.
We're all some type of kin, you know what I'm saying? We're all good with each other. I mean, because we all really did grow up together. I mean, you see how small Oxford is. I mean, it's one gym, other than the rec, and everybody, that's kind of where we all hung out at, or the city pool.
So tell me about then growing up on a college campus and just having that be right there, junior, senior year, y'all coming up, sneaking in.
Yeah, we for sure snuck in. Well, we really didn't sneak in, but we always got in. But I mean, it was always fun. The Grove, y'all probably don't view the Grove as we view the Grove. Growing up, the Grove was the place to be. On a Saturday, oh man, we ain't studying the game. We trying to go to the Grove. We ready to have fun, and just run around, and just be kids, bro.
Yeah. So when was the shift you feel like from being a kid, loving life and having that juvenile mindset to transitioning into, okay, I want to, make football my profession and kind of when did it get real for you that you were going to have an opportunity to change your life?
Well, it got real for me, my 10th grade year of high school, I was still young, and I had a whole lot of older guys on my team, who were real passionate about the game of football, and I ended up getting a chance to start as a 10th grader on my football team, and seeing how those guys approached the game of football, it kind of flipped a switch in me, and I ended up going out playing phenomenal each and every Friday night, and I ended up getting my first scholarship offer in maybe November of my 10th grade year from Ole Miss, and after that, I kind of just put every other sport down and said, okay, boom, I got a scholarship, free school. Why not just devote everything I got to getting better at my craft? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I heard you say you put every other sport down. We saw you, in the dunk contest at the spring game, man. What was basketball like for you? What kind of player were you, or were you just an athletic guy?
I mean, my dad was a phenomenal basketball player, and I mean, it was kind of just in all of our blood. Like, and I got to give all the props when it comes to my jumping ability to my uncle Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like one of the like most phenomenal athletes I've ever seen. Like, he would stack bricks like up, and he would go and jump over them and dunk. I always just followed in his footsteps, and you had to make it over the bricks, or it wasn't gonna be a good feeling.
It was gonna hurt.
So I give him the credit for that. Just trying to do the stuff he did. I mean, that's literally where it came from.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So playing all these sports, it starts to get real in football. You start racking up some offers. Obviously, you were highly recruited. What went into the final decision, and yeah, what was that like? I guess just making that big choice.
Well, it kind of really just came down to, like, how do I want to be developed? You know what I'm saying? And, coming out of high school, a lot of guys that get a scholarship from Nick Saban, and have him come into the school, to see him, it's kind of hard to turn that down because, I mean, the type of players that he produced, you know what I'm saying? Or, the knowledge that he has. Like, I always wanted to, play up under him so I can, pick his brain, see why he does things the way he does. And like, it's helped me like as I transferred from Alabama to Tennessee, just using the things that he taught me in a different system or coming here, still using the things that he taught me a while back and, implementing them into the things that we do here, running the same defense. So it's kind of cool. For real.
What do you think are some of the big things that you pulled from your time there? Obviously historic coach. And full of wisdom and like you said, a hard offer to turn down. So what are some of the things that kind of mold your game today that you learned from coach?
I feel like the aspect of being a pro, what I'm saying, the aspect of how you do anything is how you do everything, whether it's picking up after yourself, whether it's paying attention to the details, the fine details, like with Coach Saban, it was no way around anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you almost had to do almost everything perfect or you would not see the field. You wouldn't even be in rotation at all to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that, and you go into other places where, things may not always be that way. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gives you a little edge, you know what I'm saying? And, really just, it's good that you can be able to, show your other teammates the way to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the structure and discipline.
Structure and discipline, yeah, for sure.
All right, so tell me about the transition from Bama to UTK and kind of what went into that choice to initially jump into the portal.
Yeah, well, okay, so when I left Alabama, I committed to Georgia, and I ended up leaving Georgia like the first day I got there. And it was like 1 day left of the signing period. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't sign with Georgia, but I went down. I did move all my stuff until
what was that about?
Really, I just didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? I really just felt, like kind of odd in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up having like 1 day left to make a decision, and I visited UTK. I like the coaching staff. They were good people, great people actually. I said, why not? You know what I'm saying?
So tell me about your time there and kind of, where your career turned and my guy Lito was up there, Warren Burrell.
Yes,
what was it like, being around, good dudes and a coaching staff that you enjoyed?
Man, my teammates at Tennessee, man, they were phenomenal, bro. Like, I mean, in every aspect, like it was just great people all around you in the building. Like, you probably rarely had a bad day around those guys. You know what I'm saying? They were always there in your corner to pick you up if you're feeling down. I mean, when it came to football, you had a lot of guys who like really loved the game of football, just like Warren as well. Like, and he was never a selfish person. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first got there, I was coming in to compete with him. And man, I promise you, like, if I didn't understand something, he was like one of the first guys to say, okay, BT, this is how we do this in this system. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just great people all around.
That's what's up, man. I remember, so I got an official offer from Tennessee coming out of high school, and that was one of my schools that I was choosing from. And I remember I went on an unofficial visit, and they had a camp, and I didn't do too much at the camp, but meeting the coaching staff and some of the other guys and getting to go to the dorms and hang out with Warren and see what that was like. Tennessee really seemed like a great place to be.
Oh yeah.
Coach Rump was hilarious, real high energy, intense kind of dude. So
yeah.
So I definitely could see how you enjoyed being there, man.
Yeah.
So obviously we're not in Knoxville.
Right.
One more move in your career. What went into that final decision? Hey, I might need to pivot again. What went into that?
Really just, I've been pretty much everywhere, seeing a lot of things, and I said, why not come home? You know what I'm saying? To where I can have more support. You know what I'm saying? My people don't have to drive 7 hours. Well, really 14 there and back. To come and see me play. Why not take a toll off them? And also coming home to play for a coach that I've already had before, Coach Golden. He was my defensive coordinator my freshman and sophomore year at Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So a system that I'm already familiar with, a place that's at home. With my people. It should be no excuse for my people to not be at games. You know what I'm saying? So. My friends as well. So, it was just a perfect situation.
They could be hounding you, man.
You feel me?
That Wednesday, that Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
No, BT.
Yeah. The
ticket.
ticket. Yeah. Hey, look, believe it or not, I'm already getting those phone calls.
Yeah. No, I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
It was the same for me playing at Tech. I'm from about 30 minutes outside the city. So, everybody and their mom wanted to come to the games, and you hear 2 weeks, and everybody want to come to this game, and don't nobody want to come to that game, So, I feel that. I let my mom handle all that stuff now. You want to talk to Tracy.
I'm going to put that in her hands as well.
Yeah, she got the login for the form and everything. So, you tapped on, Coach Golden, being your coach early on in your career and then running that back. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that relationship and about Coach Golden as a person. You know him better than almost anybody here would know him.
Yeah. Well, I got my offer from Alabama my 10th grade year as well. So me and Coach Golden, we've had a relationship for, almost 7 to 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So, since I met him in high school, he's still been the same exact person. A great person, a hilarious person, a great mentor, a very understanding person. So, he's the kind of guy that who doesn't want to play for him? You know what I'm saying? A real understanding coach. You're not going to be a perfect person, and he understands that. You know what I'm saying? And he always sticks in your corner.
Yeah, I think keeping it real and keeping it genuine is super hard to find these days in athletics. And a guy like PG he's just so unfiltered and raw and just himself all the time. Yeah. Then on top of that, you pair that with just the level of knowledge and understanding that he has of the game is the duplicity of that is hard to find anywhere else where you could, really feel like you could be yourself at the same time. But, there's time to lock it in and you feel like you're always learning something, man.
Yeah, always.
I know those meetings get hectic. We got a complex deal. We'll come in there for the unit. He won't even say nothing to us. You know what I'm saying?
We got to talk about that back end because, man, we got to do a million things at once. But you know what? That's why it's so fun. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think the scheme brings out of you and highlights out of your game?
I feel like a lot of things we do, it just puts us in good position to make plays. Though it may seem complex when you get it, it's no limit to what you can do. I feel like it's a perfect, scheme to, excel in. You know what I'm saying? It's real schematic. It might be difficult at times, but, that's why you home in and watch film. You know what I'm saying? That's why you go up and meet with them at any time. We have a great coaching staff who's always willing to answer questions, you know what I'm saying? And not look at you a certain way for not understanding something. They're willing to help. So that always helps.
I feel like a big piece of our deal is that it's so complex but simple at the same time. Like the way it's structured and the way that everything's named and
it all ties in together.
Yeah, it all makes it so not easy to understand, but easy to learn.
Yeah.
If you put the work in to sit there and want to learn it, man. What excites you most about going into this last ride, and what are some of the things that you feel like you're playing for? Especially being back at the crib.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I'm playing, to, make a way for my daughter, you know what I'm saying, and my family. But, like the confidence that this program, has brought out of me, just coaches, trusting in me, to go out and do my job day in and day out, putting the trust in me to know that, okay, he knows what to do. Now, boom, can you go and teach this person? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I love having that role because, not only does it help me, but it helps me help other people. You know what I'm saying? And it gives me the confidence to, you feel me, be able to speak up and say things. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. I love that. You mentioned your daughter, man. Just tell me what's that been like, and obviously it's early.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I could do it right now, man. And what's it like balancing, the outside life with the on field life?
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for a while now. I've been doing it since my sophomore year of college. So the older she gets, the more easy it gets. You know what I'm saying? She's beautiful and she's very understanding. Like, she knows a lot. She knows when I'm at practice. She knows exactly what position I play. She knows exactly what my job is. And for her, my job is to go get a pick six.
Yeah.
That's all that she cares about. Every game, she tells me, pick six, Dad. That doesn't happen every game. But, if a receiver catch the ball, she think it's me. So, at least she's happy. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, I know she's looking forward to a bunch of pick sixes.
Yeah.
So are we and all of the Rebs at home, man. I appreciate you coming on.
For sure.
Man, my dog.